Now, the most accurate weather forecast in South Texas with meteorologist Juan Acuna.
Hi everyone, welcome back and a very good Monday afternoon to you. We're starting off with our First Community Bank, a 6 weather bug over the marina, and lots of cloud coverage for today, courtesy of the front that came yesterday. The clouds have held tough and of course cooler temperatures as well. Not a bad day to be out near the coast, but again, you might need a sweater or maybe a light jacket. It is a little chilly out there. And our Mike Shakia weather bug over on SPID and Nile shows the cloud coverage early this morning, and then we have some broken clouds this afternoon. In fact, the temperature dropped to 64 but came back to 66 right now because of the extra sunshine going through, but everyone is holding on to the middle to upper 60s right now, as high as 68 out in George West. The winds, which started off pretty strong early this morning, have now settled down, but everyone's still holding on to fairly much a northerly component, at least an east-northeasterly component, but still below 10 miles per hour. And right now, 24-hour temperature changes still significant, around 5 degrees cooler up in Beeville, but 17 degrees cooler in our southern counties around Hebbronville and Falfurrias as well, and minus 13 out at the Naval Air Station. Up to the north, you can continue to see all the cloud coverage that's streaming over the area, and it hasn't been a whole lot of rainfall. In fact, there's almost been nothing reported officially out at the sites. We have a couple of little sprinkles trying to form out in southern Jim Wells County, out around Falfurrias as well, but again, not bad at this point. And up to the north, we have high pressure that's starting to filter in. In fact, it's been filtering in all day long, and even though the clouds are in place, we have very, very dry conditions that have now settled across the Lone Star State this afternoon, as dew points are in the teens, 20s, and here in the coastal bend into the 40s. So of course that's not bad. We're still very dry. Even for this time of year, that's pretty unusual to get that amount of dry air here. But we have high pressure up to the north of us. The storm system that actually brought us the much cooler weather is now pushing off to the middle Atlantic states, and they're looking at a good amount of some snowfall that's falling in North Carolina into portions of Virginia as well. That's going to continue to push up to the northeast, where they're looking at some snowfall there. We all look to the west, and that'll be the next storm system, and of course these are way out in advance, and even in the next 7 days those will not be impacting us in that time. So cool temperatures up to the north of us are into the 30s and 40s, 50s and 60s across the Lone Star State. As we look at the evening forecast, we'll look for those temperatures to start to dip down into the upper 50s by the 10 o'clock time frame. And notice we get more of an east-southeasterly flow, but still only going around 4 to 8 miles an hour. For tomorrow, not bad. It's still going to be pretty nice out there. Highs will be into the upper 60s, so another cool day. It'll be partly cloudy and still dry over much of South Texas with those winds around 6 to 12. Beach and boating forecast looks for the bays to be smooth to slightly choppy with northeasterly winds around 11 to 14. The seas not bad, 2 to 4 feet, but the UV index will be very high and the rip current risk will be low. Future trackers showing a couple of those clouds lingering into the early morning hours, and as we go into tomorrow afternoon, I think there'll be a little bit more cloud coverage than what this is showing here, but nonetheless still going to be a pretty nice day, seeing some rays of sunshine. And then also on Wednesday morning we pick up a couple of more clouds, and the same scenario on Wednesday afternoon. But going on into Thursday, that's when we'll get a little disturbance, cloud coverage increases, and we'll look for just a couple of stray showers. So 50 tonight, 69 tomorrow afternoon. Some areas could get into the upper 40s, and 70 and 51 on Wednesday. A couple of straight isolated showers Thursday, but warm, more clouds, increasing humidity as we head on into the St. Patrick's Day weekend, with highs back into the lower 80s, but with a little bit more wind. Priscilla.